Hey everyone, up at the property, cranking away on my dream, creating a bonsai oasis that I, well, and all of you could possibly enjoy someday. Getting some work done early today, we'll talk about in a moment. Welcome to Bonsai Acres. Welcome to Bonsai Acres. Very excited. Welcome back everyone up at Bonsai Acres, where we have another splendid summer afternoon. Got here about 8 o'clock this morning, 80 degrees now as I work on trailer loads of dirt up around the shed area. So started back in the pond, of course, digging up some of that loose dirt that Toby and I had the excavator loosen up for. So it's really easy to dig and put in the trailer. And here's what we're doing with it all. So we put it over here last time with Toby and the big machine. We got a lot of dirt in there, but look at the water over here after the last bit of rains we've had. And there always seems to be a little water in this area. In fact, they had this kind of weird trench that was right here. So there might be some water things I'm gonna have to deal with. And if I walk right here on my fresh 8 trailer loads of soil, well, I'm gonna sink down to my ankles in some areas. So it's real soupy. Now it's not dry from all the rain, and we just moved this loose dirt here. So it's gonna take a while to compact, ride the four-wheeler back and forth and get it kind of compact down. But if there's water things here, I'm gonna have to consider what I'll do in this area because it's the entrance to the shed. And then of course, walking around to the shed, I hope to fill more dirt from where we left off, right in there, all the way up to the edge here, pretty close. We'll get another couple of dozen of trailerfuls before the weekend is done here. Now, in the coolest part of the morning after I arrived here, the first thing I wanted to get done was to stain the A-frame that holds the solar panels. And a couple weeks ago, I found myself a really good deal. So I'm walking out of my county's recycling center. And one of the best part of the recycling centers is they have free offerings. So I just picked me up 3 gallons of free stain for up at Bonsai Acres. This is awesome. Reduce, reuse, recycle, everybody. So the Washington County Recycling Center gives away stuff for free, paints and stains, and you have a limit of 3 gallons per day. I walked in, I found some stain, walked out, didn't cost me a penny. So I had 3 different colors, and I chose the black because it matches the black of the solar panels really, really well. And the 1 can of recycled stain, about 3/4 of a gallon, got the whole thing all the way around. So now the solar panel is looking like one meant-to-be unit. No wood just kind of blaring at us. Real nice and clean lines with the black color all the way around. I am pretty stoked about how that looks. Funny thing about the solar panels and the solar pump, y'all, it's been installed for over a month now and I haven't had to use it. We've had so much rain since I put it in that I've not had to water anything. And I won't have to water again because we have about 3 or 4 days of dryness, and then we have rain coming in for this weekend again. So I'm not gonna water until the next time I come up because I just don't have to. The land is really, really in good shape as far as moisture. It's just after 6:30, and I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. What do you want first? Well, I'm gonna tell you the good news. I got a chance to go and spend 2 hours on a beautiful Shinrin Yoku, kayak style. So this time I'm heading upriver on the Kettle River. Got the bridge behind me where I parked the car, and I remembered my water. Let's get kayaking. That is beautiful. When you're into Bonsai, you can't even go on a kayak trip without seeing, well, multi-trunk. As soon as I stop, it starts to push me back though already. We'll keep going. As I mentioned in the last episode, this is a new river to me, so I don't know what to expect. When we went downriver last time, we ran into those kayakers and that warning sign said, rapids, next 2 miles. Now, as I've been going along today, I've noticed just some swirls in the water. I'm like, I have no idea how deep this is and where are the swirls coming from? Probably some kind of rocks or something, but let's do a test with the oar. That's it. Right there. Half of the oar, maybe 3 feet deep. Yeah, we're cooking when we're going with the current. Time to head back upriver. Before I jumped into the river with the kayak, I went on an errand to Moose Lake. Moose Lake is about 15 miles north and west of the property. And I had to go do some errands. And when I was coming back, I took 35 back to Sandstone to jump into the Kettle River. But on the way back, about 2.8 miles from the exit, was the Kettle River going under Interstate 35. So as I go upriver, I'm wondering if I'm going to find it. Now that little, well, I have my GoPro so you can't really tell, but that little patch of grass up there, that could be a 1/4 mile right there. I have no idea how far I've gone already. Let's go around 2 more corners. And if I don't see it after 2 more corners, we're just going to stop and drift back. So as we approach the grass, it looks like there's a little bit of sand right there. So on the way back, that might be a little resting spot. So as I approach this last curve, I think I can hear the highway. But if you've ever been by water and know how far sound travels down water, that could still be 2 miles up, for all I know. We'll keep at it for a few more minutes. So I still can hear the traffic. And I see my last corner. So there lies a really, really big old tree in the river. And that'll be my marker for next time. If I come up to here, I know the bridge is further up and around the corner. I'm guessing 2 miles. I think I paddled 2 miles. So if the mile marker was 2.8 to the exit, maybe 0.8 more miles. And of course the river runs along the road, maybe even as the crow flies, as the river flows, maybe a straighter shot. Well, we'll find out next time. Time to kick back and drift. Let's get comfortable. We're gonna let the current bring us back home. Does anybody remember last time when I was floating down the river and I saw that couch? I found my oasis, my sandy beach where I could dunk in the water. And there's a can cover on the beach. I'm gonna go throw that away properly. Another successful kayak up the river this time, and we coasted almost the entire way back. A good 2 hours plus on the river. Time to head back. So, what could be the bad news? Well, the bad news is after 16 loads of dirt in the trailer, we have an issue with the four-wheeler. You see it? Yeah, a flat tire. Back in here, we heard this great big sound when I was putting air into the tire. So I went into Moose Lake on my way to my Shinrin Yoku kayak trip and checked out some tires and ordered 4 tires for the thing. Now, I debated just getting 2 for the front so they would be kind of the same and balanced. And then, you know, it's one of those things where if I'm going to get 2, let's just get 4. I'll keep the back 2 for, emergency if I need to, if one pops again or something, or I don't know. So, got to spend some more money to fix the four-wheeler. So what am I going to do the rest of the time while I'm up here? Well, it is such a stellar night, I just might do nothing for the rest of the night. Maybe have a little bonfire. So I'm going to make me some dinner, maybe a bonfire, lay in the hammock, and we'll think about it tomorrow. Until then. A beautiful morning up at Bonsai Acres, had a little breakfast, and you know, the first order of business today is to see if I can get those 4 tires off of the ATV. Yeah, you know, this is gonna be a fun little excursion. Now, before I do that, I'd like to introduce a new segment to Bonsai Acres. This dawned on me over the last couple of episodes, and it kind of was a refresher to my past. So, I often think of things throughout my days up at Bonsai Acres and in everyday life. I think about my mom. So those of you who don't know, my mom is in a memory care unit with Alzheimer's. And every time I go to see her, I think of things from the past, of course, reminiscing. And when I do things up at Bonsai Acres and make little mistakes, I often have thought of my mom. And this happened again recently, well, on this very trip. So here's the story. I'm shooting a lot of my footage today and this 2-day trip up here on my GoPro and my phone. Why? Well, if some of you guessed it, I forgot my camera. I have my camera bag, I have my tripod, I have everything for the trip. I didn't bring the camera. Now, the iPhones are amazing these days and the GoPro's kind of fun, but you don't want to see all this GoPro footage all the time. It just gets a little annoying. But I forgot my camera. That is me to a T. Everybody knows I move a little fast. I probably have to stop and think more, and more, and I don't. And when I was younger, I was in my teen years especially, I would leave the house. And my parents would probably just sit there for a little bit and they would wait, because within minutes or sometimes even seconds, Dave would come bursting through the door and like, oh yeah, I forgot my keys to the store. Or, oh, I forgot my camera. Oh, I forgot the life jackets for the boat. And so whenever I would do that, my family, started by my mother, I think, would say, Whoopsy Weiss. So David Weiss is my name, if I haven't said my last name before, and that was my past. Whoopsy Weiss. I do move a little fast. I have a hard time sitting still. And so today, the inaugural Whoopsy Weiss segment. I forgot my camera. All right, enough self-deprecation. I will make mistakes always, and we have to smile and roll on and move forward. And so we will. And so next time I won't forget the camera. But what will I forget? Well, you know, you're going to see it on the next episode of Bonsai Acres for the Whoopsy Weiss segment. And on today's bonus Whoopsy Weiss, did you see it earlier in the video? Do you see it now? Oh, come on, Dave. I saved the brush, y'all, and there was enough on the brush to make it all black. So I don't even need the brown stuff. Woohoo! Whoopsy Weiss. The solar array is doing its thing. And everything is operational. While cleaning out my garage recently, I found this old sprayer nozzle and I brought it up to Bonsai Acres. 100 feet of hose has been stretched out. Now we are gonna see if we can water the weeping willow trees, because they, of all trees, need the most water. So they're in their nice separate protection cage. The willows all look alive, but let's give them some water. Now the pump's been on for a little while. I don't have any leaks, so that's good. But is there any water there? Let's check it out. That's fantastic. I can water my trees 100 feet from the pump. Oh, getting some sputter. This is great. Water's a good thing. This still has been a big success. So great to have water up here. All right, what's next? I used some extra 2x4s to construct a little bit of a stand for the front end of the four-wheeler, and then was ready to get to work. So I need you all to know that I know very little about cars and motors and things like that, but a tire, I can change. So do I have enough equipment and the right equipment to make this work? This morning, I dug into the 4 tires. Now the flat tire itself had one of the 2 stubbornest bolts on there, but after some tugging and a little gasoline on the bolts to maybe loosen things up, I was able to get all 4 tires after jacking it up with my car jack. And it's a little wobbly at times, but no injuries. We're in good shape. The 4 tires are off. I am ready now to bring these 4 tires into the shop next week when my tires come in from shipping. We got the 4th of July holiday weekend coming up, and go and enjoy that. Come back next week, and we'll take care of this. We'll be able to ride the old four-wheeler and get more dirt where it needs to go. That still leaves another full day of work for me, though. What should I do? The weather forecast had an 85-degree high for the day today again, so it was going to be a steamy one. The more work I got done earlier, probably the better. Went down to the tree gate area and did some weeding. And though I'd like to be getting more trailerfuls of dirt, this was a good prep for the next time I come up. I believe I'm going to bring in some lumber next trip, and we're going to be doing some building. That's going to be fun. So I want to make sure I get a bridge in front of the gated area to go over the river that's going to come from the pond. After the weeding was done, then I just did a little raking down in that area after all the damage from the excavator, and just smooth things out a little bit to make it better for the four-wheeler when I get the new wheels. The rocks are piling up. And before lunch, I still wanted to get some more dirt up there by the service entry of the shed. And so I filled up 4 5-gallon buckets and did it the old-fashioned way. After having an excavator here and the trailer with the four-wheeler, this seems like a daunting task, but still a bit of progress. Oh. All right. Whew. Now, y'all, I'm for progress, but I'm stopping at 4. Whew. Let's dump these out and get some lunch. As I wind down another trip to Bonsai Acres, my last walkthrough is to pick up some trash. I've said this before, I believe, but I could probably spend an hour every day I'm here just picking up some trash that the people before me left behind. It's getting better, but every time I'm walking through the property, I'll see a little glisten of glass in the distance, and that's the worst part. If I see glass, you know, more popped tires, people stepping on things, the dogs. When my daughter's dog Delphi comes up here, you know, you just could get hurt. So every time I find trash, I put them in piles. Now this metal stuff will pop through my bag. We're gonna have to save that for another time, but I can grab at least this tube. And look up here, everybody. I don't know if I showed this before, but this is a bunch of old albums. It's pretty heavy. So I can only find a few more things for this bag. But I put them in spots along the way, knowing I'll come back at some time to throw them away. And where we excavated last time by what's going to be the bathhouse, there's all kinds of trash here. Look at that. But I did put some glass right here, knowing I'd come back and pick it up later. Now there's a whole lot I could probably scrounge for and dig up. But this bag is heavy, there's some sharp things in here. Let's just get it home to put it in the proper trash and recycling. So that'll do it. What a fantastic trip. Short but sweet, a few problems, flat tires. We still made progress, and I enjoyed myself immensely as always. It's time to head home for the 4th of July weekend, y'all. Until soon. Welcome to Bonsai Acres. Very excited.